Hi everybody, I'm Amy and this is going to be a longer video because there's tons of clips in it. If you saw my previous one, I said I was trying to edit a bigger video. This is it. It's a little bit beyond my editing skills, so fingers crossed that I actually get through it for you this time because this is my third attempt at it. Also, if you are interested in my channel, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos. And if you want to see the types of things I manifest, I typically take pictures and or post in my stories on my Instagram. It is a public account, so you do not need Instagram if you want to go check that out. There is a link in the description bar below, so you can see that kind of stuff over there. Some of the clips that happened real time in this video at the end, I actually posted when they happened on my Instagram stories. So, okay, let's jump right into this. What video is this? Because you guys are like, what are you talking about? I am going to teach you guys how to win stuff in manifesting. This is actually kind of a double sort of manifestation because I'm going to tell you a success story of what I won recently, which was these convention passes, to 3-day convention passes to go to a convention I really wanted to go to called GalaxyCon. I won them by actually losing a game on the radio. How funny is that? And there's some clips at the end that will explain that, as well as I'm going to tell you how this is 2 manifestations rolled into one, how I manifested it, and how you can win things too. So again, I do apologize for those of you who like my shorter videos. This one is longer. However, I have broken it down to the first half of the video is going to be the manifesting information. I will then let you know when I'm going to move on to clips that are more of like showing the actual orchestration and the manifestation of my radio game win-lose situation. If you don't want to watch all that, you can cut out at that point. So let's get into this. So first and foremost, I've won many things in manifesting. It's super fun to practice with because I'm going to say this straight off the bat. Nobody needs to win anything in their life. You do not need to win something. You don't. We want to win things. So winning stuff is one of the best ways to practice manifesting, or if you like to call it the law of attraction, because you can remind yourself nobody needs to win anything and you can detach a lot easier. So if you are extremely attached to winning something, because I know there are some people out there who are, please remind yourself, technically you don't need to win anything for your life to move on and be perfectly fine. You want to win it. You would love to win it. And if you just switch that verbiage a little bit in your thinking and in your speech and in your mind, you will have a much better time getting detached from trying to win something. Okay, so 2 things I manifested that were rolled into one. The first thing is I have a standing order with the universe, with my consciousness, that I love to win stuff. So, and that's the technique I'm going to teach you. I made a list years ago and I keep adding to the list and I remind myself of the list. Don't worry, I will explain it. And a few months before this manifestation, I deliberately, when I was walking, went through the list to win something, but I didn't really care what it was. So that's the first piece of the manifestation, the first of the 2 manifestations. The second one is 3 or 4 days before I ended up on the radio playing this yes-no game. I had an idea where I wanted to show my audience, I wanted to show you guys what it is like to win something. Actually, not win something. That wasn't what I thought. I wanted to show you a manifestation happening real time so you guys could kind of see what it looks like on the orchestration side. So I didn't mean that I didn't intend to be any specific manifestation. I had no idea it was going to be that I was going to win something. I was really open to it being whatever. And I imagined actually making this video and showing you these real-time clips, which again are at the end of the video. Okay, so those 2 things that I wanted were separate ideas and they were combined for this one manifestation. So now I have the video, that's the second manifestation, and the first one was I wanted to win something. So I'm going to tell you how I did both. And I'm going to start with how I won something. So the first thing is 6 years ago I won this big contest. It was a global contest. I won first place. There were 4 categories and I won first place in my category, and of all 4 categories there were 47,000 people, and I ended up winning $15,000. While I was in that contest, it went on for several months, like I think over 6 months. I got an idea to make a list of all the things I'd ever won as a way to focus on being a winner. That is not the only thing I did in that particular contest. I still haven't made the contest video, which I do apologize. I said I was going to do it years ago. I will get to it. It's one of the things I did. But I've then used the list to win lots of stuff ever since. So I made a giant list, and you can do this as well. This is something you can use for the rest of your life, and it's supposed to be fun, so please enjoy this list and also use it for practice with your manifesting. I made a list of everything I had ever won. There were 2 specifications. The first one was I put it on the list if I won it, regardless of whether I manifested it naturally, which means I just did it without realizing I was doing it, or on purpose, because we are natural manifestors. You're always manifesting. So I decided not to differentiate between whether I did it on purpose or naturally. The second thing was I put any win I'd had in my life on the list, regardless of the size of the prize or basically like what the scenario was. So for instance, I won a dance competition in like junior high and I won a vinyl album of like Samantha Fox. I put it on the list. I won meet and greet VIP passes to like a band that I wanted to see like 10 years ago on the radio. I put it on the list. I won this. This was something I specifically manifested winning. They had this thing where you put your name and your phone number on like a little coupon and you have the matching one, and they draw it out of a bowl at a salon. And I remember when I was writing my name on the list, I thought like I specifically want to win this prize, which turned out to be this lift up volumizing spray foam that I ended up winning. And it took a few weeks before they even called me, and I remember thinking like, oh, I must not have won, and I still won. So this one was a very deliberate manifestation because I wanted to practice, not so much that I need the spray foam. I won tons of things. So I won like $100 on a scratch ticket in college. That was just like random that I bought. I've won money on slot machines by just playing a couple of times. I'm not recommending anybody to gamble, but I put everything on the list that I had won, and I was surprised by how many things were on the list. No joke. You have forgotten things that you've won. So make a list. It's a working list, which means you can add to it as you move along. Here are my recommendations for making the list. Number 1, actually make the list. Get out a piece of paper, put it on your computer, put it on your phone. It's okay if you type this one. This one does not need to be handwritten. This is something you're going to review. So it can be a bullet list. It can be like whatever you need, but make a list. Even if you're not interested in winning anything, you might actually get something out of this because, again, what you focus on that you have within your belief of possibility, you can actually attract without a whole lot of extra work. And remember, nobody needs to win anything, so there's no reason to get attached. Okay, so number 1, make the list. Number 2, add to the list. Don't try to make the list in 5 minutes. Take time, take a week, take 2 weeks to make the list. There is a significance in this. You may be thinking, well, I'm just going to jot down the 3 things I can remember, but you are forgetting things that you've won, more than likely. I was stunned by how many things that I had manifested that I completely forgotten about. Again, natural or deliberate manifestation that I had won. That went back to my childhood or went back to when I was a teenager or things like that. So what you do is you set an intention for your mind to bring up all the memories of everything you've won and give yourself several days, a week, 2 weeks to make the list. This helps you stay focused on being a winner, things that you've won. Memories will come up and it will keep your focus on winning for several days, which is always going to be to your advantage. Plus it's kind of fun and it shouldn't be too stressful because, again, you're asking your mind to bring it up. Just like when you forget like a word and you're like trying too hard, you want to practice and manifest in the same idea with like setting intentions or trying to pull up memories to help you or feelings. You sort of set the intention like, I want to remember the word. I want to remember the memory. I want to pull up new memories. But then you can't stay like completely hyper focused on it and expect it to come. It's sort of like a block in that moment. It's usually when you get busy doing something else that suddenly the idea resurfaces. Okay, so number 1, just make the list. Even if you're not interested in winning anything, I swear you'll enjoy it. Number 2, you put everything on the list that you've ever won, regardless of whether you manifested it on purpose or not, natural or deliberate, and also regardless of the size of the prize. And you take time to make the list, right? You take time to make the list to actually give yourself more space to pull up memories. And then you add to the list as you move along. Okay, so step 3. I know there's people out there who are like, I've never won anything. I swear I've never won anything. Okay, don't worry, I have got you covered. If you are one of these people who's never won anything, or you can't find very much to put on your list, I'm going to have you do this. Challenge this idea and really take a few days to ask yourself, you know, are there any wins that have happened in my life that I might just be forgetting? If so, have them come to the surface. So give it a few days or a week and really ask your subconscious mind to bring it to the surface. Again, it doesn't matter how you ask, but just the idea of like, I want to remember for sure if there are any wins. I might have one. If so, bring it up as a memory or a dream, or maybe someone that's known you a long time will remind you of it. Then, if that doesn't work and you still come up with nothing, like you've never won anything, great. The solution for that is there's a first time for everything. So now I want you to start saying, get your list, make a list, like put the heading up there, like things I've won. And then as your first thing, be like, there's a first time for everything. And your list is blank because you're going to add to it when you win something. Here is the truth. Everyone who's ever won anything, so think about this, every person on the planet in the history of mankind that's ever won anything, the first time they won it, they hadn't won anything before the first time they won it. So that is not a barrier. Not having won something is not a real limitation, because then nobody would win anything ever, because we don't come out into the world having won something. So everyone has a first time of winning, and so can you. So that's how you're going to break through that resistance and remind yourself it's totally cool. Now, the fourth thing you're going to do with this list, and this is very important, this is how I ended up putting my win into action. This is what I actually did for focusing. So focusing is my step 1 of the manifesting process. I then review the list. There's 2 ways you can do this. So again, we're in this 4th step of how to manifest winning something by making this list, or 4 things about the list. So the first thing you do is you just read the list a couple times a week, a couple times a month. Just read over it slowly. Don't scan it really fast. Don't be like, okay, I finished it, I skimmed it. Read over it. Let the memories come up. Take 5 minutes and focus on the memories of when you won stuff. Like I totally forgot that I won these like a pair of t-shirts at a pep rally in high school. Like I had totally forgotten that memory because it wasn't that significant to me other than the fact that I won them, because I didn't even use the t-shirts. And when I pulled up my memories and then I have it on my list and I review my list, I see it and I'm like, oh my God, that's right. I totally won that. And I had a lot of kids in my high school, so it was kind of weird that I won. So anyway, you read the list and you let the memories come to the surface. All of your wins on the list are hopefully going to be positive memories. If you have a really negative one that has some like negative situation around it, maybe don't add it to the list, or maybe skim that one when it's on there. The other way that you can do it, if you really want to be a little more advanced, is don't look at the list, but while you're doing another activity, walking, driving, at the grocery store, falling asleep, try to remember everything on the list without looking at it, because then that forces you to sort of put your attention on the things that you've won. Okay, so basically that's the whole idea. You just make the list. So here's how I ended up doing this. I take walks like 5 times a week, and a couple of months before this manifestation happened, where I ended up on the radio playing this game, I deliberately for like a week or 2, every time I walked, pulled up the list without looking at it and tried to remember it on my hour walk. And I remember thinking like, I'd really love to win something again that's just not related to anything that I'm working on. I'd really like to win something. I don't care what it is. I love winning something. And I just put it out there and let it go, because I didn't need to win anything. I've won plenty of stuff. So my 4 steps in manifesting are: you focus. That's where you actually focus on winning. That's what the list is for. It's in the focus category. The second step is you double check if you believe it's possible, that it can happen, not that it will happen. And yeah, I knew it could happen, but I didn't need to know that it would happen. And then I move on to step 3, release resistance. At this point, I don't really have any resistance because I don't need it. And any ideas that come up, like, well, I can't win because of X, Y, and Z, you know, I'm like, I've won plenty of stuff before. It doesn't matter. And I know that by focusing, this is the loophole I use in resistance, that I can have whatever thought I want and still get a win or still get my manifestation, because there are no real limitations aside from the ones I say. So I'm just going to say that no matter what I think, there's no limitation. So I would kind of run through that a little bit. And then step 4, I always would leave it on. I want this. I would love this. I would love to win something again. Don't need it. Truly, really don't need it. So that's how I walk through the 4 steps for all manifestations, and that's how you would walk through them if you're winning something specifically as well. The list is really great to help build your focus about being a winner. So the whole idea of the list is to associate an identity with yourself, that you're a winner, you've won stuff. Something inside of you knows how to win stuff, especially if most of the things on your list you won without having any idea how you did them. It's your energy, it's your consciousness that's creating. You can relax and rely on the idea that something inside of you knows how to win something. Again, if you haven't won anything before, there is still something inside of you that knows how to win something, because we're all the same in that level. We all come into this with these same abilities. And if you think that you're not as good of a manifester as someone like me, there's only one difference. I've practiced more. That's literally it. Just like if you're in gymnastics or swimming or biking or running and you go out against like someone who looks like they're like a champion or they're really like at a high level and you are on like day 3, you're gonna feel like you're not up to speed, but you can be. It just takes practice and experimenting with these things. So don't ever discount your natural ability in comparison to someone who seems like they're doing like these amazing things, because the truth is, so can you. Trust me, I was once where you were. Okay, great. So that's how I ended up getting my vibration, getting my focus, getting my consciousness into a space of winning. So the second thing that I ended up manifesting was that I had this idea. I wanted to show you guys real clips of a manifestation for me unfolding. My manifestations are really fun. I really enjoy them for the most part. And so about 3 days before I ended up on the radio, I just had this really strong vision of this video, showing it to you and being like, look, I'm not just talking about manifesting. Here's one of my manifestations so you can see it and connect with it and know what it looks like, so you guys can focus on that side of it for yourself as well. And to show you, you know, when a manifestation happens, even for someone like me, I'm still always surprised. I'm still like, oh my gosh, this is really happening, because I don't count on my manifestations. I know that it works and I have a lot of reliability with manifesting, but a lot of my manifestations, I'm still like totally tickled when they happen, because I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. And you actually are gonna see me just like that after I get off the radio and I'm sitting in my car. It's really funny. Okay, so the second thing that I manifested was this video, and how I did it was super simple. I just walked through my 4 steps in like 10 minutes in my head. So the first time I had the thought of making this video for you guys, of showing you a manifestation that was unfolding for me, which I didn't know was going to be a win. Like it wasn't, I didn't know I was going to be a manifestation of me winning something, because I was open to what I won. That was a general win manifestation. And for making this video, I was open to any manifestation that I could show you real time. So both of those were kind of general. So I had the vision and I was like, yeah, that would be great. Do I believe that's possible? So the vision was the focusing. That was me showing you after it already happened, the clips. That was step 1. Step 2 was I checked, do I believe that's possible, that it can happen? Yeah, of course it can happen. But I never tried to convince myself it will happen. I am so adamant about this step. People spend way too much time trying to convince themselves their manifestation will happen. And I'm telling you, it's not necessary. If you believe it can happen, maybe, yes or maybe, you can relax. You have enough belief. Then I double checked my resistance, which was step 3. And I was like, what are my yeah buts? What ideas come up? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know. It might be a while before I can have a manifestation where I can show them, or, you know, I don't always have an ability to record a manifestation. Like, I don't know how that would work. And instead of changing those thoughts, because I didn't, all I did was say, yeah, those thoughts are totally normal. They don't interfere with my manifestation. That's the loophole that I use. I'm allowed to have resistant thoughts because they don't interfere. That is sort of like a master key thought that allows me to just think what I'm going to think, but actually frees me up from thinking negatively, because a lot of times people think negatively because they're afraid that if they don't clear up the negative thoughts, they're not going to get what they want. Sometimes a loophole works a whole lot better. Sometimes you do have to go a little deeper. In this case, I didn't. So then I moved to step 4. Do I need to show you guys a video of clips of me with my manifestation unfolding? No, don't need it. I wanted it. I thought it would be cool. I thought it would be fun. Definitely was not attached. So I let it go in like 10 minutes. That manifestation happened 2 or 3 days later. It was really, really fast. And I couldn't even believe how fast it was because I'd only run through the 4 steps once. Now, just so you know, you're going to run through the 4 steps for, or you're going to do any sort of manifesting technique on some things, and it's going to be really easy and really fast. And then other things are going to seem like they take forever. Yeah, welcome to the wonderful world of manifesting, where you are just constantly confused by why was this fast and why was that slow, and I cared over here and I didn't care over there, and I focused here and I didn't focus there, and la da 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 da. It's so much easier said than done, and there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason until you get really deeper into the mechanics and you start to see like what is required for each manifestation. So in this case, when I went through the 4 steps on making this video for you guys, everything was already lined up in my system. That's why it happened quickly. I don't want you to think like I have some magical ability to manifest. I'd already done the work on the winning a few months before, let that go, relaxed about it. And for whatever reason, my consciousness combined these 2 ideas. So that's how I did it. I ended up doing 2 manifestations. They combined into 1. I just told you how to do them. You walk through the 4 steps, and my favorite way of all time of winning things is to make a list and just keep it in my mental diet. I remind myself, like, I'm a winner, I've won stuff, I have that identity, but I don't need to win anymore to have that identity. And also some people will say like, oh, you're just lucky. Yeah, I think I'm lucky. But guess what? That plays out in my manifesting as well. I am lucky is an I am affirmation that you get as an identity that can help you with manifesting. So if you're out there and you think you're lucky and you win stuff or things go your way, okay, focus on that more. Repeat that to yourself more. Enjoy that more. Savor that more, because that'll help you, just like reading a list of stuff you've won. If you are someone who feels you're unlucky, first of all, that's okay. No big deal. Whoops, you didn't mean to self-identify that way. Let that go and start telling yourself, what if I could be lucky? Maybe I could be lucky. Maybe it could turn around for me. Sort of soften it a little bit and start trying to self-identify with being lucky. Sometimes it's hard to jump from unlucky to lucky or from not good enough to good enough. So it's always nice to go into the middle and be like, well, maybe I could be this, or maybe it could change, to kind of give yourself a little bit of a bridge to get over there. So anyway, this is the end of the manifesting information. So for those of you who just wanted to know how to win stuff and how I ended up making this video to show you orchestration, that was it. It's super simple. Of the steps, your individual consciousness will go through the steps, and what you focus on and your resistance and your ability to detach will be based on your consciousness. That's where we all differ. So it might be easy for me and harder for you about winning, but it might be really easy for you about something that's really hard for me. That's the beauty of each individual person. So don't get hung up on thinking everyone can win stuff really easily but me. That's not necessarily true. I know people who've been trying to win stuff that are still stuck. I know people who win stuff who don't even try. So again, the way to deliberately kind of wrangle this is to go through the 4 steps and remind yourself, I have to focus on having won. That's what the list is for. The list is in step 1. It's a reminder of things you've won already. And by focusing on them that have already happened, automatically you know it's possible. That accomplishes step 2. Then you identify whatever resistance you specifically have. Yeah, but. Like, well, yeah, but. It's hard to win things. By the way, I want to say something. Do you know how many contests and competitions there are available right now on the planet? There are thousands, maybe millions, probably millions, I'm guessing, of things that you could win right now. Like, there are kids, well, it's summer, but in general, there are kids in school who can win like a pencil eraser by having a little contest of like who raises their hand fast enough. Like, that would count. Like, there are things all over the place that you could, so there's people giving stuff away. There's a huge abundance on the planet of people giving out prizes of all sorts for all sorts of different reasons. So I want you to think, it's not like, how do I, this one little individual person, win something? you do self-identify as a winner, but also think about what's really going on. Winning competitions, contests, especially ones that are like easy and free to enter, they're so readily available. Like, no joke. Like, think about how many are out there. Like, if you go to a store, there's like a little box, like fill out this and you win like $1,000 worth of furniture. Now, I'm not saying you're going to win everything you enter. I don't win everything I enter, but if you think about the sheer volume of how many things are available for you to enter, don't be afraid to enter free contests just to see. And again, you can try it specifically. I want to win this contest. Please stay detached. You want to win, you don't need to win. And also you can just do it in general. I want to win something in the next, couple of weeks. I want to win something that's a monetary value. I want to win a prize. You can do anything to specify, to show yourself that you're able to do this. Have fun with it. This is a fun one. Because again, nobody needs to win anything. I swear, nobody needs to win anything. You want to win. I would love to win. I love winning. We all love winning. It's so much fun. And the more you identify as I'm a winner, I'm able to win. Something inside of me knows how to win, even if I don't. The better off you're going to be in keeping your focus on winning versus why am I unlucky? Why am I not winning? Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Now this is the end of the manifesting side. So for the rest of you who want to see the actual orchestration, what happened is I was planning to go to this convention, GalaxyCon. I hadn't bought my ticket yet. I got in my car a couple days before the convention to go to the grocery store. I'm in my car 90 seconds and I hear on the radio, if you call in right now and play this yes/no game, you could win tickets, convention passes for this weekend to that convention. I'm like, well, that's really weird because I'm planning on going. I had no idea this was happening with the radio. I'd heard the game before played, but I didn't know it was going to be played in the context of this particular win passes to this thing. So I'm driving, I call the number and it starts ringing. And if you're in the States or in Canada, I'm sure you know, like when you call a radio station, when they're like, call in right now, it almost never rings. It's always a busy signal. So when it started ringing, I sort of was like, oh, I better pull over. So I pulled over immediately because I was like, this is weird. And the DJ answered and he's like, hey, hold on 1 second. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even remember how to play the game. So I ended up playing the game and you can't say yes and you can't say no and you can't repeat yourself to answer a question, a direct question that the DJ asks you. And you only have 3 seconds to answer. But the DJ asks you like direct questions like, are you married? And most people would be like yes or no. And you can't answer yes or no. So anyway, he comes on and he's like, okay, you're playing the game. You're going to hear the actual clip. Thank you, Q94, for letting me have the clip. You're going to hear the actual clip of me playing the game. I lose the game, but I got pretty far. And he so very graciously let me win the passes. Anyway, so then I realized I was relatively close to the radio station, so I went to pick up my passes. The DJ came out. There's a clip of me the day, like right after I won, talking to him. His name is Matt Murphy. He's awesome. I'm linking him and Q94 down below. Q94 is the radio station, as well as so there's the radio clip. It's audio, and then there's me sitting in my car, totally frazzled and excited that I won. I lost, but that I won the passes. It's super weird. So even though I lost the game, I still got the prize. Do you see, like, things are not always what you think they need to be. Then there's the clip of me with him at the radio station. And then there is a clip of me at the convention. And I actually met this really adorable girl, Peaches. She has a YouTube channel. She's newer to YouTube. She is super cute. We all need to know more adorable people, in my personal opinion. I'm linking her down below. We traded, so I am in one of her videos. It's her GalaxyCon video. So I'm putting her channel and the video I'm in down below. She does not have a manifesting channel. She has a regular YouTube channel. But again, she's adorable. And you can be on the lookout for me in her clip. It's just like a funny thing. And then she's here in mine. And yeah, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I got to go to the convention. I really wanted to meet the Cobra Kai Karate Kid guys. They rebooted that. I got to meet them. I got pictures with them. That was really fun. It was just a great overall experience. Oh, and I like to promote things that I'm not paid to promote, like just because I love them. So this person has no idea who I am or that I'm going to promote them. So let's show them some love. I got this at GalaxyCon. It's a little pen, and you can go to Instagram, and it's EMCARRSM, cars, CARRS. If you go to their Instagram, they have these adorable little felt things, and I just love those so much. And if you guys would like go, just because this person has no idea that I'm even mentioning them, and you know, follow them on Instagram and like check out their little doodads, that would be great, because they had a lot of young artists at the convention that I was really impressed with. So anyway, just saying. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Happy manifesting, have a wonderful day, and we're getting right into the clips right now.
Game. You can't say yes, you can't say no, you have to answer within 3 seconds, and you can't repeat yourself. Okay, what's your name and what part of RBA are you calling from?
Amy is my name.
All right, we're about to find out what's that mouth. Have you ever played the yes no game before?
I have not.
Okay, we're playing right now. Are you married?
I'm single.
What do you have for breakfast this morning?
Nothing.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Do you have any animals?
I do not.
Wow, seriously, you have an allergic reaction to animals?
I am allergic free.
Okay. You have any children?
0.
Wow, what do you do for a living?
Life coach.
Oh, can you coach me?
Absolutely.
Did you just say yes?
Absolutely.
You said absolutely twice, you lose. But you know what? You're really good. I'm going to hook you up anyway. We're going to give you a free end to GalaxyCon. Plus, we're going to give you a gift card from F.W. Sullivan. Thank you very much for playing the yes no game.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm like totally shaking. You can see it because I'm on my way to the grocery store. There's a convention I want to go to this weekend called GalaxyCon. I'm on my way to the grocery store. I'm in my car. I'm so sorry that the phone is shaking. For, I don't know, 90 seconds. And I hear on the radio that if you call in and play the yes no game on the radio in my town, you can win free admission to the GalaxyCon. So I call randomly and I get on the radio and I win the game. I just don't know how that just happened. It was really random. Can't believe it. I don't know what I'm going to say now. Oh my gosh, so I just won this radio contest. I'm very excited. This is the DJ.
Matt Murphy from Q94. Now, hold on. She has to say it right. She lost the contest.
Oh, yes, I lost.
But she still won. It's a yes-no game, but you did still win. You lost, but you still won.
No, why did I win?
Because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, and I did a good job.
Yeah, you did do a good job.
I did a good job. And I've heard the game before on the radio, and every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, just don't say yes, don't say no. And I ended up thinking before I spoke.
And you can't repeat yourself, too. That's where
you got me. I didn't remember that.
She repeated. Yeah. She repeated herself. So she lost, but yes, she won.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for putting me on your YouTube's channel.
Yeah, and you know what else, too? I was already going to go to the convention this weekend.
Oh, okay.
And I was super excited because I wanted to see the Karate Kid Cobra Kai guys.
GalaxyCon?
Yes, GalaxyCon this weekend in Richmond. And that's the reason I called in.
Yes. Did you get your F.W. Sullivan tickets too?
No, I don't know what that is.
You win some free F.W. Sullivan tickets.
Oh, fantastic.
$40 gift card. You got the hookup.
I did. This is amazing. I'm at GalaxyCon and I've met this adorable girl.
Hi, my name is Peaches. I'm a YouTuber.
Her name is Peaches. I mean, that is an amazing name.
Thank you.
I love the hair.
Thank you. It's a wig.
It's a wig.
I have
yeah.
rainbow hair under this, I promise.
Yes.
Instagram.
She's adorable, and the way that I ended up deciding to talk to her is mainly because of your hair. But she has a little sign that says, "Do you want to be in my GalaxyCon YouTube video?" And I'm like, yes.
It's my first time at GalaxyCon, and I heard you won tickets.
I won tickets on the radio.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So we're so excited.
Yeah,
so.
we are. Oh my God.